Hello, my friends. We are finally back with another cards video. And of course, it's gonna be a British deck. So after the balance patch, buffs, Britannia, and Japan legions have all been nerfed. So now, control decks are finally back and allowed to shine. Now, I've been seeing a lot of Soviet controls, and this Brit-Poland control deck crushes those. You have your standard British control cards. You know, draw guards, bit of healing, some board clears in there. And the reason why Poland is at the ally is because Poland, for some reason, has the best hard removal in the game and has had that since Wolves Regiment came out. It is a 5 credit, basically remove an enemy unit without destroying it, and it's a 4/4. So that is kind of ridiculously credit efficient. And it also has the option to like you can route your own units in an emergency to draw 2 cards. I mean, this is just kind of insane. Like if you look at a card like what is that? What is that? I don't know if it's still in standard, but it's I think a Blade of the Samurai. It's probably in reserved. Oh wait, no, it's an active. This is an active card, by the way. 6 credits, destroy an enemy unit. And then you have this guy who's 5 credits, comes with a 4/4 body, and you can also draw 2 cards if you target a friendly unit. And it doesn't trigger any destruction effects. And it synergizes with the British draw denial effects of stuff like Fog of War and Sherwood Foresters. So this card is just insane, and it gives Brit control access to hard removal, which it has traditionally lacked. Same for Orb General Howler. It's a little pricey at 8 credits, but it's a really strong hard removal option. Um, so yeah, it's sort of a control draw denial-ish kind of deck, and I think it does well into other control decks. I think it should do well into aggro and mid-range too, but we'll see. Let's play some games. So I've been playing cards on and off, and la last couple of times I played, there's a lot of Soviet control, so we'll see if the meta has changed since then, since a couple of days ago, because I'm sure it's still settling down after the balance patch. Britain could be a couple things. It could be like, it could also be a draw denial deck. Could it could be like, I see like a new Commandos OTK going around. It's kind of bad to keep Honey into draw denial, but I'll keep it. Denuda's not a bad keep. Could also be Air, although I haven't seen anyone play Air. If I keep Honey, then surely I play it, right? Okay, Land Girls. Nothing on turn 1, despite going second and having more cards. And then Land Girls on turn 2. Sort of indicates there's a good chance it's like a combo deck of some sort. No, it's just draw denial. Okay. Well, he's not able to attack with the Jagdpanzer and kill my Denuda. Next turn. I Playing this is bad into draw denial because it's like a good target for stuff like Fog of War. Don't really want to play another honey for the same reason. Although this does activate my forward observers. I definitely don't play it this turn though. I could maybe like put a honey right next to on the left side of Danuda, but I'll pass on that. So if I move up, this gets punished by another copy of Jagdpanzer. That's kind of the only punish. Otherwise, I want to move up and get rid of my routed troop ASAP. Okay. I think this is gonna have to be a forward observer without draw. So the thing with punish is you generally want to save it until they're down to a couple of cards. Because then you're more likely to hit a higher value cards after they play out all their lower cost cards, and also draw off of it, because if you intel the card that you discard, then you get to draw a card for yourself. I don't think I want to play anything because playing 2 or 1 cost units, it gets routed and then they draw deny you with Fog and Sherwood. I probably don't want to draw either. You might have some like countermeasure up. So get a fort out of the way. So I'm thinking I might actually not necessarily mind just stacking Sherwoods, although it's not ideal. Hmm. We could probably afford to give up forward observers. I don't think I necessarily want to give up um, carpet. It's not insanely valuable in this matchup, but it's also like what I could do is I could just play Sherwood. I don't think there's too much of a punish for that. I could play a Cromwell, but that gets eaten up by a the 4/5 fight German fighter. Sherwood he plays like, what's the punish? He plays like Churchill. I guess that's probably fine. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Was not expecting the Eugen. That is not ideal. Does he have a second? Eugen or a second doubting, because that'd be kind of crazy. That's a little bit of an issue. So the problem is if I do guard up, he can play his he could also have what's the two costs countermeasure? Why do I feel like he has the two cost countermeasure? That'd be pretty nasty. In a bit of a tough spot here. I think I have to play these out. I think I'm about to get got on tempo. That's quite bad. So he has another Sherwood. So you can get another Avery. Quite the awkward spot. Alright. Alright, Monty's something. So he's gonna Sherwood a Churchill, probably. I think we need a wave. We need a wave. So if we hit him with the Churchill, Returns a Sherwood to hand, which is kind of bad. I think so. I think we have to go for the Bletchley here. Oh, he top decks that? Oh. I actually don't know the Bletchley order. I thought it was like random, but I guess it goes. Huh. Um, well, I can't win if I double trade, and I can't red it because I'm gonna die. I'd probably die to like an order though. Okay. I think I double discard Sherman. I'd I'd punish before I let him draw with the Mustang, I believe. Yeah. So we're gonna go double punish, discard his Avery and his other high cost card, which is Queen and Zone. And then we're gonna route. Is this draw a card when the enemy targets? Okay, you know what? I have to route this. Maybe I should home guard this actually. Ooh, that garrison. Okay, so do I actually have to double home guard the garrison then? I think so. So let's start with this, see if this gets ultra'd. What a wild first game. I have to actually be careful of fatigue damage now. I think I actually do Cromwell So he put his own Sherwood as a top deck. Did I put garrisons? I don't think they do much, right? Well, he has one draw. Okay, he's just gonna surrender. What an odd game. I'm pretty sure he... What? This is not a paid actor, by the way. I'm pretty sure he mouse slipped, missed the lethal, or maybe he is trying to BM, and then just I bletchleyed him, dropped down to 1 health, and then he just surrendered eventually. Yeah, I mean, you never know what's gonna happen when you play Cards, the World War II card game. Every game is new and fresh and procedurally generated. Okay, very odd game to start off, but I'll take the win. So Japan is likely going to be aggro. I'm going to keep 1 forward. Do I keep 2 forward? I feel like no. Black Prince is also very nice, but it's a bit too slow at 5 credits. I think I'll just keep 1 forward. It could still be someone playing Legions. It could be like Shuffle. It could be like some wonky OTK. Alright, so it's gonna be Japan's Soviet aggro. If this eats a rush, that's fine. We'll get the rush out of the way. If he has rush, he's always gonna have rush, so just play my unit. Probably want to save this for... well, so I play this, I take the bond damage. I play this, it gets wrecked by another rush. I mean, if he has another rush... Would you keep double rush in your opening hand against Britain? Maybe you do. Okay. Well, that's cool. I don't think I even need to play my forward. So he didn't have rush, or else he would have 100% played it on that. So there's no need to take care of that right now, I think. I'll just like get my Danuta value. Save this in case I need wave, although, I mean, there's less of a reason to save radar now that Wellington is gone. Okay, so there's this double surprise attack. You don't even necessarily need the 4 damage in wave all the time when you have when you're playing against this deck. So I eat 2 extra damage because of that, but I get in return the forward observers kills his type 93. So yeah, this is definitely just a forward observers. I'm not gonna save the radar. So the reason you save radar is you get more value out of like honey, I guess. Honey wave. And the reason you save home guard is for Anne. I think drawing's always better than holding up ultra. Okay, we didn't get anything, that kinda sucks. That kinda blows. I have to be a little bit careful now because this is eating 2 bond damage now. So I'm not too sure if I want to play it. If it triggers the bond. If it doesn't trigger the bond, then I definitely just go ahead and play it. And I am most certainly going to go for fortification. Interception does almost absolutely nothing against this deck now that they've used their surprise attacks. And I have enough draw and value in hand, so. He's gonna Shenano me, which likely means I can play another Hampshire without triggering the bond. I don't think there's any need to rip the carpet bombing, like let him spend the credits attacking in, because he doesn't have anything. So what I could do is I could Sherwood one of these guys to deny a draw. That seems pretty good. I could also just deny a shitload of draws with Orb General Howler. That actually seems quite good. Okay, that is not what I wanted to see. Okay, that might have been a little greedy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I might have greeded out on that. I do deserve to get punished for that. I couldn't help it, bro. I saw the opportunity for draw denial, and I couldn't help myself. So he probably just like Cobras, kills that off. I can carpet. He's not gonna Cobra? He's gonna do that. At 4 health. Okay. I mean, that seems a little sus. I could also wolves and is it better to wolves and then fort? That's a 3/7 guard. This 5/6 guard does get traded out, but it denies him a draw. What else do I have to wolves? I have to be a little careful because like these, I think some of these decks still run fuck the thingy. Um, I think. Okay, I think it's only the shuffle deck that ran this 6/6 dude, the Thunder Division, the guy that like, or the guy that buffs like all of your units when you play Intel. I don't think Japan Soviet runs that, right? If he does, then I might be cooked. If he can't answer the guard and deal face damage, then I think it's game over and I can stabilize. See, that's why we play Orb General Howler, so that this thing can't, So he did stabilize, or he did get rid of the guard and deal some damage, which is a bit annoying. I really do need to stick a guard. So I'm gonna do this to get my guard back. Then I will do this. I think Monty first. Yeah, I think we'll go for the Monty over Convoy. So we do have a likely carpet angle next turn. Monty ensures those units stay on the board for the to get carpet bombing value and that he doesn't trade out his stuff. So I think I'll probably Ultra instead of convoying next turn. Like, even though he knows I have it. Just to like prevent any sort of comeback with like a IGN Akagi or something. Like, he knows I have it, but I'm not under pressure where I need to draw with the convoy. So I'll just block one of his orders. There we go. That's how you control the game versus aggro. Okay, finally a Soviets, and we're also going second, which is pretty chill. Keeping Punish going second is pretty solid versus Soviets. Can maybe even keep Research, but Home Guard doesn't do too much. Actually, you know what? I'll keep one Home Guard in case he has Yak or the BM Artillery. So this matchup, if he is playing Control, is very good for me, especially going second because I already have the card advantage. Because this deck aims to gain a large card advantage over the opponent through the use of, well, your own draw cards and denying them draws. And Soviets, as a control nation, have traditionally lacked good draw options. And that is not ideal. That is not ideal, I have to say. Not sure if this is control or air. If it's air, I might be in trouble. I might be in trouble if this is Soviet air. You just go for the double punish, I feel like. Alright, hopefully we can draw something to play on turn 5. It's Soviet France. Oh, okay, we did not hit anything good. That's not good. Want to hit his like draw or like high value cards. But I did not have anything to play, so there's that. Okay, this is a tough spot. I don't think I play home guard, so what I think I do is I just drop the RAF, and there's a good chance the RAF sticks. If it sticks, then I can play this without triggering the bond. If it doesn't, do I have to rip a Sherwood? I do not want to rip a Sherwood on the current board state. That sounds very bad. Okay, that's fine. This is only 3 costs for Red Banner. So what we're gonna do here is Hampshire, and Soviet actually has a lot of orders that target our units, so I think we actually take Interception. We have another Hampshire if we want to go for healing or draw. In this matchup, like playing Interception can honestly just act as healing, because if they remove a guard with an order to if they target one of your guards with an removal order, then and then go face, then Interception would prevent that and effectively heal you. For the next one, So I probably do play another Hampshire. Although for this one, it's getting a little sketchy. Now, I kind of want the draw. Going for draws, I think I'm gonna go for the draw actually, because I do have honey. It's a little greedy to go for the draw. Actually, I might get milled if he targets a... Okay, that is fine. I don't care about that. I don't really want to Churchill that though. I feel like is it too greedy to not go for the Churchill? Because I could Churchill and then, but like it gives him more value. Ooh, I'm thinking about playing around Monaster. Because if I play the Sherwood on anything, he's gonna get really insane Monaster value. Okay, now he doesn't get extra value if I do this, so well, unless it bounces that to hand, then that would be pretty annoying. No, it's not gonna bounce that to hand, what I'm saying. Ooh, okay. Front formation, it's a bit early, which is kind of bad. For him to have the front formation here. Hmm. I think I'm gonna do this. I could maybe start stacking my own Sherwoods. Okay, interception clutches a little bit. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start stacking Sherwoods. Move the Wrath up to... It's not going to be too relevant. I'll just take the extra card draw from it. So once he draws like an actual threat, I'm going to Wolves it and then Fog it. For now, I think we keep stacking Sherwoods. And you can see, despite like Sherwood did technically denying us ourselves some draws, we still have a commanding lead and card advantage. Okay, he should not heal because you are going to lose complete control of your draws. At this point, if he kills both their Sherwoods and prevents our infinite Sherwood stacking, it's still fine. Okay, he has the 5-year plan, so maybe that's why he didn't want to draw. That's fair enough. So now we have to be careful about board clears. And now HP is going to be quite relevant. We also have to play around stuff like victory banners, so we don't want to play our low cost cards. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to keep stacking Sherwoods. I'm gonna make him mill. Probably hold up Ultra here. Ooh, Monaster. Okay, we don't have to play around Monaster anymore. That's a good mill. We actually don't necessarily have to play for draw denial if we can keep stacking Sherwoods. Because right now we actually have just a value, straight up value lead. That's fine. Maybe I should... Actually, I don't know if I want to draw. Because my hand might start getting full from holding back cards. Because I don't want to play these because of victory banners. I don't want to play the 1-cost units. Is this worth an AWP General Howler? I don't think so. So now if he moves up his guard, he's gonna be at risk of getting hit by the Whirlwind. We don't have to play around Monaster anymore, so we can sort of full commit to the board. I think this is probably a Churchill angle. I guess Churchill prevents it from, mm. Okay, so we actually are gonna draw first this time. We're not gonna be attacking, so that's fine. You don't want to make the trade for him. How many cards in my deck are resistances? So Victory Banners is the card I was talking about. He hits me for 9. He doesn't hit me for 9. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Really? Why not just trade in the 9/9 though? Good positioning on the guards though. So he has the 6/6 shock tank that is very difficult to deal with. I do have my last route here, so it's not the end of the world. I can start playing my garrisons now that he's committed his victory banners. Is he gonna strat focus my air units? He is. Okay. I think this might just be an Orb General Howler and go face. If he can't remove the Whirlwind. Okay, this is 100% an Orb General Howler. Actually, no, we're not gonna try drawing for... And that's why we run Orb General Howler. Holy, look at that value. And now he's just dead. Well, probably dead. Yeah. And there we go. That was actually an unusual win against Soviet control. Not in the sense that it's unusual to win against Soviet control, because as I said, I think it's a very favored matchup for this deck, but usually you actually win by draw denying them a lot. But in this case, I used my Sherwood to just like print infinite value and sort of outlast them. Sherwood stacking is actually really good versus front formation because it's just out of reach out of their T-34 attack since it has the Sherwood unit itself has 6 health. So you could just like keep stacking it and just build a wall of guards against Soviets. US, there's a good chance it's Brewsters. Could also be Giga Greedy Ramp. If it's Ramp, I might be cooked. If it's Brewsters, we'll have to see how OP Brewsters is on this patch. But I'll keep the Nuda. Could also be just like Frontline or some random other deck. Excuse me. And this will probably be the last video, deck of the video. Or last game of the video. I don't think there's any reason not to play the Nuda. Oh. It's like US written mid-range buffs-ish kind of thing. I'm deciding whether or not to just like move up Punish. If it's like a regular like mid-range deck, then there's no point in waiting for Punish. If it's actually ramp, then I still do want to wait. Yeah, fuck. Screw it, let's see. Ooh, okay, that's a nice hit. Okay, it's Brewsters with that guy. Right, okay. Well, that's kind of bad because we have to draw the wolves. I guess we could fog it. We could play Desert Dust reasonably safely. Although it's still kind of off curve because we just discarded the strat bombing. Okay, this is looking pretty sketchy already. And by pretty sketchy, I mean like I'm about to die to a 4/8 and a 4/8 Fury and a board of Brewsters. Oh, he has the Coronado too in hand. Okay. Maybe I should have looked for what's his name? Well, this is quite bad. Maybe I should have looked for forward observers here. Hmm. I'm probably gonna lose either way. But let's just go ahead and do that. Yo, the big three. Okay, that might be a cook. I have not seen that card being played. Very nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just lose. I think I just lose even if I have wave because I take too much damage from this. Oh, you didn't just attack? Oof. Well, maybe Brewsters are strong this patch. Maybe Brewsters are strong this patch. All right, that was a little. That was a quick one. Let's do one more then. Can't end on a loss. Except, okay, if this one ends on a loss, then I will end the video. But I mean, hey, that's just the nature of the game. I always record all my videos in one take, so like if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. You know, I don't like edit out my losses or only show wins. I show the true nature of the deck. I like keeping MI5 against Soviets because it's likely going to be Soviet control, and MI5 is good at building your card advantage. So you do want to like, okay. All right. What are these games, man? Maybe he just knows. Maybe he knows that my deck is gonna crush his. Let's see if that was Soviet control. It was. Is it the same guy I played against a while ago? I don't know. But anyways, I do think there are a lot of Soviet controls running around. Soviet France, Soviet Finland, maybe even Soviet Italy. I think Brit Poland crushes Soviet control and does pretty decently into other decks. It's a fun deck to play, especially if you like playing Brit Germany, draw, denial, or discard, because there's definitely hints of that. It's really nice how the Polish hard removal actually routes enemy units, and that has synergy with Fog of War and Sherwood. So definitely a fun deck to try out. And I did say that that was gonna be the last game of the video. So yeah, GG's, and see you guys some other time.